Hi, and welcome back to Ultimate Closet. I'm Jennifer. Hope you're all doing well. So I am trying to work through my outdoor space that I had created. I wanted to see about the lighting compared to when I'm indoors and outdoors. And the lighting is a little clearer, but it's clearer in as far as it doesn't look so grainy. But as far as the the light, it gets too bright, too dark, or I can't find a happy medium with it. So yeah, on top of that, it's hot. I am contemplating going back on the inside where I'm cooler, and there's also flies flying around. Heaven knows where they're coming in from. And then I have the fan blowing in the background, so you might hear that as well. So hopefully, this video will go over well. But I wanted to, before I go any further, thank my latest subscribers for subscribing to my channel. I don't take it for granted. I am, appreciative because the subscribers could be subscribing elsewhere or, doing other things. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that I appreciate you subscribing to my channel and hope you continue to watch and enjoy the contents. And I did not mention this before, but I did start a sewing class, and I wanted to say thank you and congratulate the attendees that have attended so far. I don't take that lightly. I don't take it for granted. My first class I had one attendee, and on my second class I had two attendees, a mother and a daughter. And like I said, I don't take it for granted. I taught the one attendee in the first class as if I was teaching, a group, because the effort and the sacrifice that they make as an individual, it inspires me, and I want to show appreciation for them to even take the time, even as an individual, to come out. So I don't take that lightly. The mother and daughter that I had attending on the second class I was just bubbling over. It brought me joy because when I stopped to look at it, there was my daughter with me in the class, and then there was the mother and daughter there. And it just goes to show that, having that relationship, having that rapport with your family member, and in our case it was a set of mother and daughter, it meant a lot, and I just want to encourage other family members, mother, daughter, father, son, whatever it may be. But I can say in my case it was mother, daughter, and my daughter and I have been doing things together since she was a baby. And even though she grew up and have her own mindset, and sometimes it's challenging to even have conversations, I never gave up. And I want to just say thank God that I was smart enough to be able to accept Christ as my Savior and to be able to be reading his word and to understand that it's not about me, it's about him and serving him, why I serve the way that I serve, and have that communication the way I have that communication, and have that relationship, because it took me a while, but I'm at a place where I can say thank God that I've gotten to the place to where I keep his word in my heart so I may not sin against him, and you know, to be able to serve others, you know, whether it be family member or friends. And so I just wanted to point that out, you know. So I'm still learning. We're never too old to learn. I'm still learning, you know, the challenges that comes with having a relationship, whether it be, you know, mother, daughter, father, son, brother, sister. You know, I'm having that relationship. There's a word in the Bible, you know, that talks about not letting the sun go down, you know, and you know, while you're still angry, don't let the sun go down on, you know, you being angry and upset at someone else or something. You know, release it and give it to God, and you know, before you go to sleep, you know, just making sure that you have that peace and that joy, the peace that surpasses all understanding. So yeah, just want to, you know, to encourage others, and I'm looking forward to having more attendees in the future. I believe this is something that God placed on my heart to do, and so I don't want to drop the ball on it. I want to continue. So I've had 2 classes so far. I started the first session with 4 classes, and all 4 classes, you know, you don't have to attend all 4 classes. You know, you can attend 1 or 2, but you know, it's beneficial to have that flow. And so I'm working on having some classes that will give you know, specific projects and stuff like that. So it's something that I learned. I believe, you know, someone can benefit from what I learned. So I just wanted to extend that with grace. Like I said, I believe that, you know, this is a move of God. So I just want to follow through with that. But yeah, guys, today I wanted to, let me see, I don't want to take too long, but there is a jacket, a jeans jacket that I have here that I cut off the sleeve and made some shoe cover, you know, it was a pair of boots, and it came out, you know, nicely. The only challenge that I had was I was using the wrong glue. I was using hot glue instead of using just a regular fabric glue. So if you're gonna copy what you see, try to get some fabric glue. And I had gone ahead and cut the band off the bottom of the jacket. So what I'm gonna be doing today, and this is a large jacket, but it's really large. Actually, yeah, my mom used to wear this jacket. So I am going to be cutting this jacket down in size. And this is a fabric that I bought from the thrift store. I was so happy when I found it because it is that, you know, heavy type, feeling like a jeans fabric also. So I'm going to be using this to make some sleeves. I kind of have an idea, a vision in my head, so I'm just trying to work through, you know, how I'm going to be doing that. So let me show you what I have here. I'm thinking of cutting it It has a pocket right here. Okay, it has a pocket right here, so I don't want to go into the pocket. I wanted to save the pocket. So I'm going to try to cut here. And I'm not doing any measurements, guys, but you surely can. I'm just trying to cut the width of this down and get a straight sleeve instead of it being curved. So I'm going to cut this off here. Okay, so I made that straight cut. It's kind of curved right here where the armpit was right there, but I will just try to maneuver that and you know, sew the sleeves on there, and then I try to make some allowance to where I can sew this back right here on the side. And I'm still trying to see what I'm going to do for the bottom part here. Okay, so what I did was to measure the length of the sleeve from the arm down to the wrist, and that's about a 24 for me. And then I lined this up here with the shoulder of the jacket, and I'm gonna stop right at about, maybe right above where the pocket starts. That's how wide I want the sleeves. And then I'm going to taper this to where, you know, it comes in slanted at the wrist. Alright, so this is the look before I sew it together. So I'm going to join it here and come down and taper this part down. So before I start sewing, I'm going to put a little notch right here where it's going to even up with my shoulder. Okay, so I have attached the sleeves, and the next thing that I want to do is to hem first before I join it here, 1/2 inch. Alright, and then my next move is to join the inside seams of the sleeves. Okay, I've hemmed it, or given it a hem actually on the machine. Okay guys, so I wanted to point out that I was using this seam here as a guide to put my sleeve on, and I put the first sleeve on and realized that it was, you know, not even. So, you know, when you are trying to line something up, you know, one thing that you can use is your scissors to put a little knot. So I put it on the sleeve that I was attaching to the jacket, but I also put it on the jacket as well, because I'm just trying to explain that this was not the seam. Okay, the actual start point would be right here where I put that notch, so I had to take it out, line it up, and, you know, put it back. So here I'm starting with the 2 notches on the sleeve and on the jacket put together. So I'm going around the length of the sleeve to the section, the part where I want it to stop on the jacket, right above the pocket. All right, so this is the finished look. Added those sleeves. And what I do like about this jacket, it did have, you know, this decor on there already. So let me know what you think. It's kind of a wide sleeve look. And I'm glad I had the chance to do this project because, yeah, after cutting the sleeves off, I didn't want to, you know, throw away the jacket. I am wearing some white sneakers with this, and I did change my top for that, you know, yellow to be blending in with here, even though it could be white. But I just wanted to see what it looked like with this lacy yellow top. And I changed my earrings to a leaf shaped white earring. And you know, during the, you know, summertime too, I mean, you wouldn't want to wear the jacket during the summertime, but like for the jewelry, you know, these light pieces are really nice to wear during the summertime. But, you know, if I was to say go to the movies where it gets kind of, you know, cool in the movie theater, then I could bring this jacket here and put on when I get there. So that would work. But let me know what you think. The sleeves are a little bit long, but I can always fold this over, you know, give it a couple of cuffs. Let me see what that looks like. To do something like that. And who knows, maybe later on I will use some jeans fabric. Maybe cut the sleeve a little bit and you know, put a cuff on the you know, the end of this. My lighting is trying to change, but yeah, that's the look. Alright, well, let me hear from you guys on this project that I did. Stay tuned for more. You know, I am looking at finding more fabric like this where I can, you know, what they call right now, upcycle other clothing that I have. Alright, so if you have any questions on what I'm doing, please let me hear from you. And you guys will see me in the next video. Bye.